Chatter. In this video, we will be talking about Joe Biden's popularity, his rising popularity, and how Democrats are feeling good for the long run here. So Joe Biden, looking at first of all, this Newsweek headline speaks for itself. Joe Biden's approval rating keeps going up and up, and that is exactly true. Looking at his approval rating, just in this last little stretch of time, it has been growing gradually, but it really began in the late summer, was it? It was not late summer, more so early summer, midsummer, I should say, where Joe Biden's popularity began to rise dramatically, and then took a break. But he is on the rise again. When in July his approval rating started to go back up and his disapproval rating started to go back down, this was when inflation started to ease. Americans didn't have to pay. Were starting to pay less than they were a few months prior, and that same effect is taking place right now. The inflation in America is definitely not as bad as it was in the summer or before that, when Joe Biden was down by wide margins. I mean, when in midsummer, he was in a very bad place, 37%. But looking at it now, Joe Biden's approval rating stands at 44.1%. His disapproval rating stands at 50.9%. So, I do think that we could, and there's a very good possibility that we see Joe Biden being approved of, having a higher approval rating above 50% than a disapproval rating by Election Day 2024. I really think so. If a recession occurs, which it likely will, that could definitely have a big effect on Joe Biden's popularity. But if nothing so dramatic happens, I think that Biden is on track to get over 50% by Election Day 2024. And on Election Day of 2022, which was around this time, Joe Biden only stood at a 41% approval rating. He's now at 44% and on the rise. If you've seen, basically in the past week, his numbers are going up just about a point from a week ago. And that was in 2022. So he is on track to be approved of by 2024, by Election Day 2024. And looking at how well the Democrats did in 2022, with Joe Biden unpopular, Democrats did very well. If Biden is popular by 2024, then they will do very, very well. And I know midterm election results don't, 2022 taught us that midterm election results don't directly correlate with the approval of the president. We saw Joe Biden be approved of, yet Democrats win in the Senate, in the House, nationwide. Democrats overperformed big time. But still, if Joe Biden is approved of by 2024, it certainly will not hurt the Democrats. It will only help the Democrats. I mean, looking at the 2024 presidential election map, I do think that Trump will be the Republican nominee and Biden will be the Democratic nominee. But voters are going to the ballot saying, I approve of the president. And he is on the ballot against someone who American people have a very negative opinion of, and 2022 showed us just this. Then they will not be enthusiastic to vote for Joe Biden, but they will certainly be happier to vote for Joe Biden than they are for Donald Trump. Looking at the states that he won by a good margin in 2020, Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, they are all under his belt. Because if they voted for him in 2020 and by 2024, Americans will have a lot negative view of Donald Trump than they did in 2020. We have to remember that the insurrection and all the trials and everything occurred after the election. Had that happened during Trump's term, well, it was during his term, but before Election Day in 2020, I think that Trump would have done a lot worse than he really did. But looking at the states that were really close in 2020, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Wisconsin, the three of which Joe Biden won. These voters who had voted for Trump in 2016 or stayed home in 2016 switched their vote to Biden. Again, they won't be enthusiastic to vote for Joe Biden, but they will look at him and say he hasn't done that terrible of a job. While Donald Trump, on the other hand, has proven to be a weak leader. I didn't vote for him in 2020, and he caused an insurrection. He's causing so much violence and division in this country. I have to vote for Joe Biden once again. Biden wins Wisconsin, Arizona, Georgia. Once again, he wins the election. Florida really isn't in play. That goes to Trump. Nebraska second goes to Biden. And then North Carolina will be extremely close, but at this point, probably Trump. But that's not an official election prediction. I'm just going through, these swing states. And then in the Senate elections, all of these voters nationwide who are voting in these key swing states are going, if Trump is on the ballot once again, and Biden is on the ballot once again, who the majority of Americans will approve of by Election Day 2024, again, that's just my prediction, they will be more encouraged to vote for the Democrats on the Senate level, on the House level, on the gubernatorial level. People like whoever wins the Democratic nomination in Michigan. This is a state that went to Biden in 2020. Bob Casey will win again in Pennsylvania. Tammy Baldwin will win again in Wisconsin. Jackie Rosen will win again in Nevada. People are much more likely, my point is that people are just much more likely to vote for the Democratic Party if a president that they approve of is on the ballot. And I don't think that Democrats will hold on to Senate majority in 2024. I believe that Republicans will take it back. It really all hinges on Ohio. I think that it will be extremely close. So my point is that Joe Biden is on track to be approved of by 2024 Election Day. And that Democrats, Senate, whatever, across the country in 2024, they are excited for this. They are feeling good about their chances because they did so well in 2022 when Biden was still disapproved of. So looking at 2024, if he's on track to be approved of, they're feeling good. And I will note that it was not since October 18th, 2021, not 2022, 2021, since Joe Biden was at 44.1%, just to give you an idea of how popular Joe Biden is getting right now. So, thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really enjoy that. That would mean a great deal to me. But again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks again.